So yesterday I read news that Disney decided that they want to reboot the Indiana Jones series. And in this video, I'm going to explain why that's a horrible idea. But first, please like, subscribe, and share. Anything you can do will help my channel reach more people. And if you like this video, make sure to hit that bell icon so you can get my videos as soon as they drop. Yes, news came out yesterday that Disney was interested in rebooting Indiana Jones. And it makes sense. Disney purchased Lucasfilm about 13 years ago. And while most of the time everyone only thinks about Star Wars, Lucasfilm also owned the Indiana Jones series. But the thing is that Star Wars is easy, in that they can just make more movies because it's about a universe. It's not about one specific person. While most of the stuff in Star Wars might lean towards the Skywalkers, you can make stuff outside of that family. But Indiana Jones is about one dude. It's about Indiana Jones, and specifically, it's been about Harrison Ford since it first started. Well, Harrison Ford is in his 80s now. We can't really make too many films starring Harrison Ford. In fact, he doesn't even want to make them anymore. And you could tell that he didn't even want to make the last one because he barely put forth an effort. And let's be honest, Disney can only do so much with their de-aging technology. As you've seen in a lot of their movies recently, when they try and use an older person and make them look young, it looks kinda weird. So Disney has a few options. One, they could just let Indiana Jones go, or they could make a cartoon, or they could just make something like the Young Indiana Jones series, which is something that already existed in the 90s, or they can reboot Indiana Jones. And guess which one they picked? They want to reboot Indiana Jones. And why not? People love the series. People want to see Indiana Jones come back. That's why we've had 2 sequels in the last 10 years. And let me tell you something, they were both horrible. While Crystal Skull wasn't that bad, the last one was really bad. And I can tell you why. Indiana Jones should be about a young man. We want to see a guy in his 30s and 40s going on adventures. We don't want to see a guy that's in his 80s de-aged to somebody who's like 65 trying to go on adventures. It's just not something people want to see. So it really makes sense for Disney to want to reboot it. Get someone young and fresh to relaunch the series, and then that person will be young enough to make multiple sequels. So the rumor is that Disney is looking at someone specifically, and that person is Pedro Pascal. And why not? He's in Disney's The Mandalorian, he's in Disney's Fantastic Four, he was in The Last of Us, he's been in many huge movies and franchises in the last 15 years. He started to get really famous after Game of Thrones, of course, though I'll tell you this, Pedro Pascal has been an actor in Hollywood for almost 30 years. He's really only gotten big in the last 10. But here's something I have to say, and I might get a lot of hate for this. I'm getting absolutely tired of Pedro Pascal. I really like him as an actor, but he's starting to be in everything. If there's a new series, if there's something big coming out, it almost automatically looks like they're going to try and shoehorn in Pedro Pascal. And guess what? It's time to give him a break. He went from being in nothing for the first 20 years of his acting career to being in almost everything you turn on in the last 10 years. And I'm starting to get tired of it. Nothing against Pedro Pascal, but let's give him a break. Let him just focus on The Mandalorian for a little bit. Let him focus on being in Marvel. He's in Fantastic Four, which is going to take a lot of time to film all of those movies, all those Avengers movies, etc., etc. Disney doesn't need to put him in this. But more than not, I don't think Disney needs to reboot Indiana Jones in general. Look, Indiana Jones was Harrison Ford. Harrison Ford was Han Solo and Indiana Jones. When you try and reboot this, it's just going to seem like a pretty crappy remake. It's not going to be as good because nobody can do Harrison Ford as good as Harrison Ford. And you know how I know that? I saw how people liked Solo, and let me tell you something, it wasn't very well received. People do not want an Indiana Jones reboot. Some may say they do, but when it comes out, it's not going to do well. And Disney will have to spend $400 million on every single Indiana Jones that they make. And Pedro Pascal, if you go with him, well, he won't come cheap either. And all of a sudden, you're going to spend a bunch of money to try and relaunch Indiana Jones, and it won't be well received. So I'm sorry, Disney. I know that you bought Star Wars, I know that you bought Indiana Jones, but you gotta let Indiana Jones go. Or if you really want to reboot it, you need to wait like 20 years, like a long time. We just got an Indiana Jones like last year or the year before. I don't really remember. It was so bad. I was just wanting to get out of the theaters. Harrison Ford is also still alive. Wait till he's dead, wait another 5 or 10 years after that, and then relaunch it. So I guess that means Pedro Pascal can't do it because he'll be almost 70 years old himself by that point. Sorry, don't use Pedro Pascal, and honestly, don't reboot Indiana Jones. But if you absolutely have to, wait a very, very long time. Hey, thanks for watching my video. Make sure to click that subscribe button and check out those videos on screen now.